He will never cast you out. And we're going to finish now looking at a story on the video of one of the members in our church. This is a real-time, real-life story. Some of you know Zea Eagle in our church and her husband David. Wonderful members of this church. Zea is a very prolific and renowned Christian counselor in our city for many years now. And Zea recently has been given a terminal diagnosis with a very, very limited window of time left in this world. And they wanted to be here with us today, but we were able to be with them. And Zea, she shared with Pastor Zazu and I, as we spent some time in their home just the other week, talking with them and praying for them. Zea said something to us, and she said, I don't want to waste my death. I want to die well. And I don't know if a lot of people really know how to do that. And she said, I don't even know if I really know how to do that. But I want to die with my eyes on Jesus, so that how I finish this story, people see that his resurrection is true. So why don't you go ahead and look to the screens and let your hearts just be blessed by this story.
So I'm Zea Eagle, and
I'm David Eagle, and we've been married for 50 years.
We've been at Liberty for just on 2 years now, and work-wise I'm an accredited mental health social worker, and I've been doing therapeutic work in the community to help people with their mental health. Quite unexpectedly and suddenly I became quite unwell in January, and that led to a 3-week hospitalization and lots of tests and assessments and so on, which finally culminated in them finding advanced urothelial cancer, and I was given a prognosis of 6 to 12 months. When I heard that diagnosis, I thought, okay, so this is it. Now that I go home and they say you've got 6 to 12 months, I don't have the skills to die well. I've never really thought about, well, how do I work towards dying, you know? And we had a sermon a couple of weeks before that on the Lord is near, be anxious over nothing. And so because he's near, I don't need to be anxious. He knows about pain, he knows about this whole process. So I've been very consciously been handing over my fears and my concerns and my grief and my worries about what if and who and what and how's it all going to work. He knew the number of my days before even one of them came into being, says Psalm 139. And so this isn't a surprise to him. He's exactly on track with it. It's me that needs to get with the program.
One of the things which I realized very quickly with the diagnosis is we don't need to be strong. We don't need to be anything that we're not. And at that time we're thrown and we're off balance. But what we do need to do is reaffirm our faith in God. I look around at the wonderful new lives that we have in our church, the new babes and the pregnant mums, and I think how much joy we have looking forward to those births and seeing those children. And the other day I had this thought that in heaven there are saints looking at a different type of pregnancy. They know that Zea's coming soon. And so in a sense they are already rejoicing that Zea's coming.
The resurrection of Jesus gives me hope because I am not going to be abandoned. I am going to be raised from the dead. And I can trust that promise because Christ has lived it, and he walked that before I did, and he is going to take me home. This life is nothing in comparison to what we're coming to. So I don't know why we sort of hang on here. I don't think we actually think much about it. We're part of a gospel community. We reach out to them. They've been wonderful and constantly checking in if there's anything we need. The thing that I would really value is that in my weak times and dark times, and I will get depressed, I will get down, I will get tired of the pain and the journey. But in those times, if the church could remind me and preach to my heart about the promises of Jesus and that they're true, so that when I become weak and frail and I lose hope and I lose sight, that the church family would help me to fix my eyes on Jesus and with patient endurance run this race till it's finished.